Ever wonder why Chelsea's defense looks rock solid at sometimes, despite not having top tier defenders? And yes, I do understand Chelsea have been letting up a lot of goals of lately, but the reason why Chelsea do withstand a lot of attacks is due to Moises Caicedo's presence in Chelsea's midfield. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about his dominance, his presence, and why he might be Chelsea's best player and most vital player this season under Enzo Maresca. Now, diving into Caicedo and what he offers as a central defensive midfielder, this is a position that seems to go unnoticed by most fans and most people that watch each and every match. But when a player like Caicedo or even Rodri at City when he was fully fit, these are guys you do not sometimes realize how important they are until they are missing. Look at City now with Rodri out. If Caicedo were to be injured, Chelsea would hit a massive blow, especially in the midfield, because when you have the perfect CDM who's able to track, cover, win tackles, win the ball back, and stop anything coming down the middle, it takes a lot of pressure off the defense, which, like we said earlier, Chelsea's defense has been shaky. Caicedo does stop most attacks, but he cannot stop 100% of them, and that is why Chelsea are still letting up goals. Now, that all being said, though, what makes Caicedo a hidden gem in Chelsea's lineup? Well, his ability to be a constant engine throughout each and every match is one of the key factors. If you do watch this player, he is constantly moving in and out, finding players and tracking players that are looking to receive the ball in the midfield. Because of this actually makes it easier for him to defend, because if those players do receive the ball, he's already on top of them, he's creating tackles, he's actually disrupting what they can possibly do and causing them to panic, pass the ball, and usually turn the ball over, where Chelsea then can hit teams on the counterattack. If he does win the ball back in those areas, he's also able to have the creative vision to see players, to pick them out and play balls to them. Now, whether that's short passes to, say, Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, or playing through balls, which we've seen him do to Jackson, who then can run onto balls, he can pick up assists off those chances as well. These are some key factors to Caicedo. On top of that, he's also able to understand, again, where he needs to shift as the team shifts himself. Now, we've seen our formation in the beginning games. We start with 4 in the back, but obviously when we're attacking, it moves to 3 in the back. Caicedo has to understand his ability and where he needs to position himself. And because he's able to have the mindset and understanding of where he needs to be at all times, he, again, creates better chances for him to be more destructive in that midfield and stopping attacks coming against Chelsea. Now, that all being said, though, we still do need to talk about some of the areas that he needs to work on and become a better player, because if he's able to, again, go from his 3rd gear to 4th gear to 5th gear, he's going to be able to make Chelsea that much better. Now, one of the things he needs to be doing, and this could take some time, is being more vocal in that midfield and telling players like Enzo Fernandez to drop back, Jadon Sancho, even Cole Palmer, because when these players keep advancing and attacking, that sometimes creates massive voids in the midfield, and Caicedo can only cover so much space. And because of this, if he is then out of position, teams can hit the ball across pitch, come down, attack, and score goals, which we've seen multiple times this season. Looking at the Fulham match just recently, looking at Crystal Palace, teams understand how to beat Chelsea currently. And one of the other problems that Chelsea have been facing is in the last minutes of matches, because we are driving so much faster forward, we aren't tracking back, and we're losing a lot of fatigue at the end of matches, and Caicedo can only do so much, and this is where it is a big issue for Chelsea, and not just Caicedo. Overall, though, this player himself, I think, is one of the best players. Again, he's able to win the ball back in the midfield, be where he needs to be, having a massive heat map on the entire pitch of the field. On top of that, he understands what he needs to be doing, and he's also very creative. If you do, again, watch him play, he understands what passes to make, how to break lines, how to find players, and do all that as a defensive midfielder. He doesn't score as much as he probably should, but that is something that could possibly still come as well. It would be very vital and key if he could score some goals from outside the box, as we've seen Roger do at City. This is something he does need to work on, but overall, this is a guy that Chelsea do need to rely on and probably have to look at maybe having a backup, because if Caicedo were to get injured and be out for multiple weeks or months, this could have a massive impact, not just for the player, but obviously for Chelsea and then what they can do this season. So Enzo Maresca needs to figure out how to unlock this player to make him better, but also understanding how he is utilized and making the players around him better, because Caicedo can only do so much in defense. If they cannot step up, again, we're going to see more goals leading to Chelsea and therefore, again, dropping points this season. If you enjoyed this content, I greatly appreciate it. Do hit the like button, subscribe down below if you have not, and I will see you in our next video.